Oh, dev update.
Also known as Meddler.
And I'm Paul, aka Pabro, the newish EP for League. Today is Thursday, August 8th, so as usual, anything that happens after today won't be covered.
Now, for this dev update, we'll be doing something a little different. We don't have a lot of, really chunky new topics to share, so we're going to be answering some questions we've received from many of you instead.
Oh.
We'll be back with a regular dev update in September, though.
Oh, I'm going to ask some
Let's get
questions.
started.
Okay, so question for you, Paul.
Okay.
From a player in North America. I've been playing Swarm since its release. Will it be permanent?
9 major modes, as all the fun and success
care
of
about
Swarm.
Wait, stream
and new
sniping?
modes in the future.
Whoa. Stream sniping? Hold on.
Let's go on to this question from Korea. Streamers are having their games sniped by people looking to manipulate the game's outcome. What are you doing to fix this?
So we do not
God bless that guy from Korea who asked this question. I really can't wait to hear this response. Again, this is a huge issue. I know that it doesn't sound like good words are about to come out of your mouth, but Meddler, god damn it, I believe.
condone this abuse.
Manipulate the game's outcome. What are you doing to fix this?
So we do not condone this abuse, and we're serious about fixing it. We've just shipped some changes in patch 14.15 to make the penalty for declining queues more severe. First penalty now starts at 2 declines instead of 4, leads to a 5-minute suspension, that then ramps up to 30 minutes and then 12 hours. We want to see how this change lands. We're certainly open to additional changes to how the decline functionality works if needs be, but there are some trade-offs from those to things like increasing time to get into game, or putting AFK players into lobbies, making those eventually get reset when they auto-dodge. So, keeping a close eye on the problem, open to further changes if needs be, but there's a bunch of complex trade-offs for us.
This one comes from Europe. It feels like
You said what? Oh, now you can't decline ready check 5 times, but hey, you can decline it 3, or was it 2? 2 or 3. That'll stop stream sniping. Brother, okay. But you could have just not even, okay, you guys took the time to write that question down and say, let's answer this on a video. You could have just said, like, you could have even just not brought it up. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Why do they bring up things like this? Kind of like last patch, it was the matchmaking blue versus red side, and it falls through. Just say nothing. Like you've been saying for 10 years. Don't give us, just ready check. What was it?
are having their games sniped by people looking to manipulate the game's.
What's your solution? My from just like no, haven't thought about it. Number 1, let us block players. Block list, the biggest thing. For content creators / streamers, we should not get one guide for hours. We should not. Now, if an organization of like 5 people on Discord want to snipe us, whatever, and like set up snipe time, blah, 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 we should not be able to get sniped and griefed by one person. So number 1, avoid player list. Up to 3 people, refreshes every 24 hours. You can't just add infinite amount. Okay? Number 2, honest to God, you guys aren't going to like this one, but I don't care. Remove names in general from League of Legends. You guys aren't going to like this. It is what it is. Remove in-game names, replace them with champion names, perma. You can't see who you played with until after the game. Yeah, I know. You guys aren't going to like that one. I know. You're not going to like that one. But I'm just saying, that would help. Names aren't needed anyway. There's options. It is what it is. You'll know who you're playing with at the end. Just those, 2 things, by the way, would make it so much easier. Because right now, what happens is, people don't even, go /snipe. They see me in a lobby, or they see me in loading screen. They're like, oh, is that tyler1? twitch.tv/tyler1. Like, oh shit, it's T1. And they keep that open the whole time. So if they just didn't know it was initially me at the start, then they would never be tempted to ghost later on, right? And again, there's some people that have Twitch open all the time, whatever. Those people who snipe, whatever, or ghost, whatever. So that's my take on it. On what these 2 things in general, I think, and I barely thought about it, would make it so much better. Just those 2 things.
Outcome. What are you?
Or even like a streamer mode where you can choose to hide your full name, right? Until post-game lobby. Even that. Perfect. So that way, if you want your name to be shown, you can show it. Whatever.
What are you doing to fix this?
So we do not condone this abuse, and we're serious about fixing it. We've just shipped some changes in patch.
And again, this is it's not like I'm asking you guys to watch a streamer the entire day. You know what I mean? don't like sit. I'm not like should that honest to God should that happen? I think so. I'm just life isn't fair. I should get special privilege. It is what it is. I should have a right employee be able to watch my games, and if I get targeted, they should handle it. It is what it is.
14-15 to make the penalty for declining queues more severe. First penalty now starts at 2 declines instead of 4.
Okay, yeah.
So 5-minute suspension.
Won't be covered.
Chunky new topics to
The game recently. This one comes from Europe. It feels like ADCs have taken over the game recently and now have to play the mid. Is this going to get changed anytime soon?
So we made some changes to ADCs at the start of Split 2 to try and address some long-running satisfaction problems amongst ADC players. That's had some unintended consequences though, and we've seen ADCs get a lot more play and high MMR and pro play in other lanes. We've got some changes in flight right now that should be live by the time you see this video in 14-15 and 14-16 to bring their power back down. This is one of those cases where what we're looking to achieve and what we actually achieved didn't quite line up, unfortunately. But as with all these sort of situations, if we miss the mark on something, we'll go back, keep working on it, try and stick the landing better. So from players in China, it feels like my games are decided by how many fill players there are, especially in Diamond Plus.
Yep.
Are there plans to make autofill players on each team equal?
We care that when you load in, both teams feel like they have an equal chance of winning. So by the time you're hearing this message, we'll have shipped changes in mid-August that should better balance the amount of autofilled and secondary players in each team. Now, matchmaking is something we saw a lot of questions on, so we'll do a deeper dive in our next dev update. From Brazil.
What are we doing? What are we doing, guys? We're not saying anything. Come on, we're just filling air, right? You gotta get a Riot Please video out, a little dev update. You're like, oh shit, what do we do? And you're just like filling air, just garbage, just spewing garbage. It is what it is. Like, okay, whatever. But come on, this is all. Yeah, this is all like lips. Like, bro, they're saying a lot of words, but it's like, wait, you didn't say anything.
Can you bring back honor opponents?
I mean, short answer, yes. In September, you'll be able to honor opponents again.
Good job.
And you'll be able to honor multiple teammates.
Good job.
We're making some other changes to the honor system as well. We'll talk about those more soon.
Good job.
Okay, next up we got a question from a player in LATAM. Are you doing anything to fix people inting my games?
Not you specifically, Andre, but for everybody else on the planet, we definitely want to make changes here because it sucks when it happens to us too. It's a difficult space to get right, but we're making some changes to our detection systems to improve this. We'll have to focus more on a total set of behaviors across more games and things like selling items to buy fairy charms, wasting ult on cooldown, report rate over many games. We're gonna have to study a lot. This work is still ongoing, but we are optimistic that it should have a much higher success rate of detecting griefers. So we're expecting to trial this in the next few months. We also have a devlog that's out now.
A lot of things coming in the next few months. We're going to see if the stream sniping changes work. We're going to see if auto fill parity works. The new int detection's coming. Surely, everything should be good, right, guys? Everything should be fixed.
Now that goes into more detail on both the honor system and our improved griefing detection, so stay tuned. All right, so this next question comes from Southeast Asia. My friends who are new to League are placed too high. They lose a lot, they get flamed, and they don't want to play. What are you doing to fix this?
Okay, so there's 3 things we're working on right now. The first is Vanguard removing bots has made it so the matchmaking system gets much better data about how new players are actually doing because they're not getting matched against or compared to bots when their skill is being calculated. Second, for new players to ranked, we recently added a 10 normal SR game requirement to all accounts before they're allowed to play ranked at all. That gives us a lot more data on how players' skill will actually perform there, rather than just comparing them to how they did in ARAMs or RGMs or whatever. And then third, we're also currently working on more improvements to how we detect Smurfs in general, so that they're placed more accurately. Here we've got a question from, well, actually a lot of players all over the place.
I don't care about that.
Did Vanguard actually stop botting in League, like you said it would? Is Vanguard working?
All right, the short answer is yes, and let me...
I have for sure played against like 2 scripters. They're not scripting 24/7. They're not hard scripting, but they are scripting. 100%. They are scripting. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. They're scripting, but I don't know if they're not doing it all the time or they're getting around it.
Stop botting in League, like you said it would. Is Vanguard working?
All right, the short answer is yes, and let me hit you with some stats. Ranked scripting fell below 1% for the first time in 4 years. Only 1 in 200 ranked games has a scripter,
Okay.
and we have seen very few false positives, but several cases of accounts being stolen or shared with cheaters. Now, cheaters are running out of accounts, so please don't give them yours.
Side note here, if you haven't already enabled email multi-factor authentication, please do. That'll really help prevent this. It'll help you a lot.
There have been some integration bugs, mainly with old or vulnerable drivers or certificates, and we have seen issues with leaving your client running for long periods of time or launching on 2 machines. This can cause issues with Vanguard.
I haven't closed my client since I got here.
We're working to make sure these issues don't happen again. We haven't seen any Vanguard cause problems with boot looping or bricking machines, but let us know if you experience it. The biggest complaint we are seeing is, why does this have to run from boot? Microsoft is making some changes to Windows. We may get to a point where Vanguard may not have to do this in the future. We'll see how this goes and give you an update as soon as we can. We're starting to see bad actors move to Mac, so Mac, Vanguard should be coming soon. You can read about
Really? Are people scripting? Wait, do you have to buy like a new computer to have Mac? Like, surely scripters aren't like so addicted that they're like buying a new computer. Virtual machine, brother. People are doing that. Like you got a script that bad. You're going to a Mac.
that and more today in our dev blog made by our Wizardly Vanguard team.
Next we have a question from a player in North America. Do you have an update on the Champion Mastery emotes that you promised you'd be updating?
We do, Anya, which I
Hey,
believe
that's
you're
on.
familiar with,
Ins,
yes?
Yumi.
This one comes from everyone. When are you going to delete Yumi?
Yeah, so we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be adding Yumi's sister, Tumi, instead. Tumi will have 2 books. Will be permanently attached. We'll have double crit. We'll have a 3-hit, a 4-hit, and a 5-hit passive. Multiple dashes, global ults, yes, multiple global ults.
Looks like a tyler1 YouTube channel edit. This is my editors? Like, what is it? Like, bro.
Can transform into Lisa and has his entire kit when she needs it, and is also Yasuo and Yone's sister. Alright, that's all we have for today. Let us know if you like this format, and we'll try it again sometime. Or if you like, we can try something completely different.
Don't get too wild here.
But also, don't
I
forget to check out the
prefer-
dev blogs we mentioned today.
Old format.
We do want to take a minute to remind you that this October we'll be celebrating 15 years of League. We'll be sharing some stories from you, have some missions you can complete for free rewards, all as we ramp up for Worlds 2024.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the Rift.
Bye.
Okay, I said my part. I said my part.